So you're all about fitness, right? You love building stronger bodies and helping people live healthier lives. But, turning that incredible passion into a real business? Well, that takes a bit more than just mastering the perfect squat. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to build a legally rock-solid foundation for your fitness business. Let's get right into it. And that brings us to the big question right up front. You are an absolute pro at making your clients physically stronger. But is your business just as tough? This isn't just about boring paperwork, believe me. It's about protecting your passion, your future, and making sure you can keep on changing lives for the better. All right, first things first. We've got to understand the world we're operating in. The fitness industry, it's all about that positive, transformational energy. But let's be real, it also comes with its own set of risks. And facing those risks head on, that's not being negative. Nope, that's being a pro who's prepared for anything. And here is the single most important thing to get. Liability isn't some crazy once-in-a-lifetime event. It's actually woven into everything you do every single day, from how you screen a brand new client, to a simple verbal cue you give during a workout, to the condition of a treadmill. All of it, every little piece, carries a potential risk. So what happens when something actually goes wrong? Well, in the fitness world, almost every lawsuit boils down to one powerful word: negligence. And here's the good news. If you can understand how negligence is proven, you can build an incredibly strong proactive defense. It's all about knowing their playbook so you can write your own. Okay, for a negligence claim to even have a chance, a client has to prove all four of these things, and they have to be in order. Think of it like a chain. Break any link, and the whole thing falls apart. First, they have to prove you had a duty to keep them safe as a professional. That's pretty much a given. Second, they have to prove you breached that duty, like you saw a cable on a machine was fraying and you did nothing about it. Third, causation. That specific frayed cable had to be the direct cause of an injury when it snapped. And finally, damages. The person actually has to have suffered real harm, like medical bills. If they can't prove every single one of those steps, the claim is a no-go. We've just talked about negligence. That's kind of the how a lawsuit happens. Now let's get into the what, the different flavors of liability you really need to have on your radar. Getting these straight is absolutely key to protecting yourself from all sides. First up, the most straightforward one: direct liability. This is exactly what it sounds like. Your actions or your inaction directly caused an injury. Maybe a trainer pushed a client too hard, ignored their complaints of pain, or wasn't spotting a heavy lift properly. In that case, the responsibility lands squarely on you. Next, and this is a huge one for any gym owner, is vicarious liability. There's this old legal idea: let the master answer. And that's basically it. The boss is responsible. So if one of your trainers is negligent, you, the owner, can be held legally liable for what they did. This shows you exactly why hiring good people, training them constantly, and supervising them is not just good management, it's critical risk management. Then there's premises liability. This is all about your physical space, your gym, your studio, your property. Think about a wet floor in the locker room with no sign, a big crack in the parking lot pavement, or a wobbly step. If somebody gets hurt because of an unsafe condition like that on your property, that's on you. You have a duty to keep your place safe. And last but not least, we have product liability. Let's say a brand new piece of equipment fails because of a defect and someone gets hurt. Usually, the manufacturer is on the hook for that. But, and listen, this is a huge but, if you notice that piece of equipment was worn out or broken and you didn't take it out of service, guess what? That liability can bounce right back and land squarely on you. Okay, we've spent some time looking at the risks. Enough of that. Let's talk solutions. It's time to flip the script from worrying about what could go wrong to actively building a fortress of legal protection around the business you love. Let's get proactive. Your very first line of defense? A rock-solid waiver and informed consent form. But hey, not just any waiver will do. To actually work, it has to be written in plain, simple language. No confusing legal jargon. It needs to be super specific about the potential risks, it has to be signed voluntarily, and, this is the big one, it has to be legally enforceable in your state, because these laws are different all over the place. Layer 2 is your financial shield: insurance. Seriously, this is non-negotiable. You'll need general liability for things like a slip and fall, and professional liability for claims that are actually about your training advice. Then you add on property insurance for your building and gear, and of course, workers' comp for your team. It's the safety net you hope you'll never, ever need, but it can absolutely save your business if you do. The third layer of your fortress is all about workplace safety. Thanks to OSHA, you have a legal duty to provide a safe place for your employees to work. We're talking about everything from well-maintained equipment and clear fire exits to proper training on any chemicals you use. And just remember, a safe, happy, well-managed team directly translates to a safer, more professional experience for your clients. Layer 4 is all about making your business accessible and inclusive. The Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA, says your facility has to be accessible. But it's about so much more than just ramps. It's about making reasonable adjustments for people, having policies that don't discriminate, and truly creating an environment where absolutely everyone feels welcome and supported. It's not just a law, it's just good business, and it's the right thing to do. Now for our fifth and final layer, and it's one that people often forget about: data privacy. Your clients are trusting you with really sensitive health information. You have a huge legal and ethical duty to guard that information. That means secure storage, limiting access to only the staff who absolutely need it, and having a clear plan for what you do if there was ever a data breach. Protecting their data is a fundamental part of protecting your relationship with them. Okay, so you've built this awesome fortress of protection, but how do you keep it strong? And how do you prove it's strong if you ever need to? The answer is simple: consistent, ongoing documentation. There's an old saying in the legal world, and it is 100% true: if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. You have to start living by that mantra: document everything. This isn't just creating more paperwork for yourself, it's creating tangible proof that you're a professional. Detailed incident reports, every signed client form, logs of when you checked the equipment, records of your staff's training, all of it tells the story of a well-run, safety-first business. It's your best defense. And here's a little pro-level tip for you. You can actually use smart contracts to strategically shift or share some of that risk. Things like indemnification clauses with your equipment vendors can make them responsible for their faulty products. And having crystal clear agreements with independent contractors can spell out exactly what they're responsible for versus what you are. It's all about making sure the right person is holding the right piece of the liability pie. So let's wrap this all up with one final thought to leave you with. Ask yourself this: is your goal just to avoid getting sued, or are you trying to build a true culture of safety? Because when you make safety and professionalism the heart of everything you do, you're not just protecting your business, you're building something way more valuable: unbreakable trust with your clients and an incredible fitness experience for every single person who walks through your doors.